Hello, I'm Octavia.
Hi, I'm Salome.
Thanks for coming into the office today.
Thank you for having me here.
Did you find it hard to find the office?
No, actually, your directions were wonderful. Thank you.
You are very welcome. So, what brings you in today?
I'm really, I'm beyond frustrated with my mother. She she just doesn't know her place as a grandmother, and I found myself getting very angry about her meddling. Um, and she as far as my son is concerned, she's a person that covets everything, including her children, and now she's doing it with my son, and I'm trying to discipline him and give him direction. And we have two very different styles. I am I'm nurturing, but I also know that there are very concrete things that you need to do to make sure that children grow into a protective adult. And my mom thinks that she can love someone into it. And so where I will be rigid and have rules, she will break all of them. And I'm like gotten to the point I feel like I want to curse her out. And I don't want to curse my mother out. But I'm tired of being disrespected. I just don't know what to do. I'm really close to like cursing her slam out.
So, you mentioned that you're frustrated,
Yes.
and I can really tell by your body language and your tone of voice that this has really affected you emotionally. Um, do you mind if I take some notes?
Sure.
Because I want to make sure I'm listening and I'm hearing you correctly. Okay,
Absolutely. Thank you.
you are so welcome. So you said you're frustrated with your mom. You're having issues with because she's sounds like she wants to help out and she doesn't know how, or she's like really, for lack of a better term, kind of killing your vibe or your technique of raising your child the way that you want to. Um, is that correct?
Yes. Absolutely correct.
Okay, so give me an example of or a scenario that where your mom has kind of like got in your way of raising your child.
Um, my parenting style. I do a lot of talking. My son has special needs, so I definitely do a lot of talking and redirecting. But I also spank him. He also has punishment, where he has things taken away. And when I talk to him, I'll talk to him, and then finally it'll get to the point where I feel like it's appropriate to give him spanking. And she will at that point, basically start cocking a plea for him and interfering. So what it does is it gives the impression that I'm being this total hard ass, and she's very flexible, and so she'll like try to argue with me to make it hurtful, but I can't spank her. And my son knows that what I'm trying to teach him is to not be a follower. He needs to know my rules, follow through in the face of anything, because my rules are law. They supersede everything. And what she'll do is, rules will be different for her. She won't uphold what I'm doing. And with my son's special needs, he needs structure and he needs it all the time. And so she'll run interference. And then what it looks like is, he's upset, he doesn't want to spank it. And so she's like totally lenient. And, I look like I'm the bad guy and she's coming to save him. And so instead of myself being the person that my son will come to first, he will sometimes circumvent me and go around me to her. And it's like almost favoritism or playing two ends against the middle. And so I'm trying to continue to keep him structured, because these ground rules are going to carry him through life successfully, in my opinion. And I'm just really angry. I do not like to have my parenting, I don't like anybody to run interference on my parenting. And I'm like bitter, angry, mad. I want to curse her out.
Wow, that is a lot, and I really understand. Um, Coming from a mother as well who has been down that road, Um, when you say your son has special needs, tell me more about his special needs if you don't mind.
No, I'm happy to share that with you. My son was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, um, and it's it's extremely difficult even with that because while she sees some things about it and agrees with some things about it, she still doesn't really subscribe to what's going on. And that runs interference on my program. Um, it's hard for me to respect what she's saying when she is clear about what's going on with them or the program I'm on. I'm just mad. I'm just mad because I know what I'm doing is right. It's not perfect, but it's right.
Right. So, to better understand you, you're saying that your mother has interfered with your parental skills, your techniques as far as raising your child. It seems like she's questioning everything that you do, and it's to me, it sounds like it's causing confusion for your child because he goes to you as I'm sorry, goes to your mom as that freedom, and then you're looked at as the bad person.
Right.
And you said you're very angry. Has your anger ever escalated to the point to where um, you're out of control, or you kind of take things out on your child as far as, because I know you mentioned spanking.
Right.
Has that gone beyond the spanking or anything like that?
No, I generally, no, it hasn't gone beyond that. I generally will reprimand him. What I used to do is not have those kind of conversations with adults in front of him. And what I decided is that my son, because of his personality, he needs to know real life. And so when she does that now, because in the past, I think she was doing it because she knows I wouldn't get into it, but now I get into it with her because I feel like she's just doing it just to get away with it, and I'm not having it anymore. It's not fixing anything.
Okay. On, it sounds like you are having, it's a lot because it's your child, and then it's your parenting style, and then it's your mom. So, where on this scale is your level of importance? Like, what's your ultimate goal, or what do you want to see happen first with your situation? I know they're all important.
It's such a multifaceted situation. My mother is older, and so I don't want to abandon her, and I'm at the point where I'm ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, if I had to put it in order, is to try and figure out a common ground for us.
Okay.
So that we
mom.
don't, yes, so that we don't have to have this conflict.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't work, I'll be back here talking to you about how to remove and detach from this situation, because my first responsibility is to my son. It is not to her. I want to care for her, and she, moves into retirement. She's in her 70s. I want to do that, and she is very helpful at times when I need help with my son. And she's very loving, very affectionate. I mean, they love each other to pieces. In the same token, my ultimate goal is to raise a productive person, and I can't do that if she's running interference. So that's the order. So I guess trying to find a common ground, I just don't know how to do that.
Okay. It sounds like this is a very touchy situation because you want to maintain respect and love for your mom, but at the same time you want to be the strong mother for your child, because right now you're instilling in him life lessons, and that is very important, especially for a male in this world today. So, and it's very good that your mother and your son have a very strong relationship. Obviously, she loves him, but at the same time, she does not understand what you're trying to do as a parent. So what I would suggest is that we may have a session with you and mom to kind of where you can voice your opinion, voice your feelings and just the facts on what is actually going on, and she can probably understand from a third person where it's coming from. Because maybe she's hearing, and maybe if it's coming from someone else, that she can probably be a little bit more open and understanding to really understanding that what you're trying to do as a mother, you know. And I applaud you for coming in today, because especially, you know, sharing with me how you feel, because I can tell it's very emotional. You want to see results, and I really want the same for you. Have you spoken with anyone regarding your child's autism?
Yes, he sees a social worker at USC. He has a psychiatrist at USC, and he is in OT. He used to be in speech as well, and he does have an IEP. So I'm working with the school district as well to make sure he has accommodation.
Awesome, awesome. Now, with your son, you know, seeing his social worker, has your mom ever sat in on a session where she could better understand the whole diagnosis of the autism?
My mom, she has, yes,
Okay.
it has helped somewhat. In the same token, she's old school, like I told you, she's in her 70s. And, you know, it's just, I think it's hard for her to accept the depth of what's going on, because my son is very highly functioning, very intelligent. And so most of his delays are social and developmental. So she's having a hard time. I think what's difficult for her is wrapping her mind around the depth of what's going on with him. And she just sticks her head in the sand about everything.
So
Like, she doesn't want to accept negative things.
that's what I was about to say. So she doesn't want to accept the fact that he has a disability, because some people from that generation look at the stereotype. African Americans don't have this situation, or they don't want to see or go to a mental health professional or things like that. So, and some believe in their religion, or let's just pray this off of them. But at the same time, this is a real situation. So I would, you know, let's schedule an appointment. Let's try to get her in here so she can better understand where you're coming from, because I can tell it's coming from your heart. It's very important. It is almost urgent, because you guys live together, and we don't want to further, you know, have battling and then interference and conflicts and confusion in front of the child. Let's schedule an appointment. How does next week, Thursday, sound?
That'll be fine. I don't know if she'll come in. I will talk to her about it. Like I said, she's old school. I was surprised that we had made some success some years ago. We were talking to someone, I think a situation since then. So I'll definitely broach the topic with her. Are home visits an option? Can you come? Can you come to my home and maybe talk to us? Would that be an option if, you know, trying to get her here is an issue, if she were to agree to maybe a home visit? Do you guys do that here?
Yes, we definitely do home visits, and that is a very good idea. How do you think she would feel with someone coming to the home to talk to her about the situation?
I think that what I'm going to do is broach it and see what excuses she comes up with. And if one of them happens to be something that can be removed by doing a home visit.
Mhm.
That is how I plan to get this accomplished.
Okay. We are open to home visits. Just so is Thursday still a good day?
Thursday is still a good day. What time are we thinking?
Well, I'm thinking about 11.
Okay, 11 is good. Alright.
And we can go from there. It would probably take no more than an hour.
Okay.
And we can just kind of talk about how you're feeling, and then she can talk about how she feels about it. Will your son be home?
No, he'll be at school.
Okay, good. That's awesome. So he won't be able to see or hear any of the conversations. So it was a pleasure meeting with you today, and I look forward to meeting your mom next week. Make sure you leave the directions with the receptionist, and we will go from there.
Thank you so much. I feel so much better now.
I'm glad you do, and I'm glad I was available to help you.
Thank you. So
Thank
nice
you.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.